questions for Nick?
Me miss
Nick,
being up
it's
there.
what's up?
No, you go, Kitty.
Nick Collison Day, getting your jersey raised to the rafters. At what point in your career did you imagine this was going to take place?
I think the day they told me that it was going to happen, I could have never expected something like this. But it's really a special night for me and my family, and it's been a long run, and to be able to have the career I had here and then have a celebration like that, I feel very fortunate. That kind of goes without saying, but it's amazing for me. Jenny?
Hey, Nick. When the franchise made the move here, obviously very tumultuous time, you were one of the few players that had roots in Seattle. Made the move though, and I never remembered any grousing from you, but how did you sort of approach that, and how do you look back on those days now?
Yeah, it was difficult because I liked where I was at, and it's just when franchises move, it's not easy for anybody, and it's a difficult thing, and I liked where I was at, and the team and I are moving, and that's the way the business works, and then luckily we came to a great place, and it's worked out incredibly for me and the team since then, and really learned to love it here, and people have been great to me, and they were great to us from the very first day, and ended up becoming a pretty special thing coming out of a thing that was difficult at the time. So again, I've been really fortunate with things worked out for me.
Nick, you've flown into Oklahoma City hundreds of times in your life. I'm just curious what this one has been like the last 24 hours, basically, this experience.
Actually drove I-35, been on that road a lot. I drove in today with my daughter to wait till she was done with school yesterday because she's missing a couple days. I'm a little nostalgic. I've been here a couple times this year, but it's a good feeling coming back. And for something like this, there's really, I don't know how to feel for something like this. It's like there's nothing can really prepare you for that, but it's really special. And got in last night and had dinner with Russell and a couple other friends, and it was good just to be back and coming into the arena tonight. It's been a lot of fun, so it'll be an awesome night. It'll be a lot of fun.
Nick, you're known as a guy that kind of established the culture here, along with Russell and Kevin and others. What would you like people to know what that culture is? How do you establish that? What is that?
For me, it was just doing my job, and whatever experiences I had before I got here, the way I viewed playing and my job as a basketball player was to do as much as I could and do whatever it took to the best of my ability to help the team win. And I think just do that day after day, and I think that's what the culture is here. It's just doing the work day after day. And we started from scratch. Everybody knows the story, but we weren't very good, and we had a lot of things to prove, and we just did it by doing the work, over and over again. So I think that's kind of what it is there's really no magic to it, but you have to be able to accept responsibility and do the work.
Nick, have you talked to Coach Roy Williams lately? And what was it like coming to Oklahoma after playing for Kansas?
Oh man, I love Coach Williams. I talked to him. I've talked to him a couple months ago. He just had an incredible impact on my life and as a person and as a player. I think the things I was able to do when I got to the NBA, a lot of it is because I had really good habits and I knew how to do a lot of these things, and I knew how to push myself and compete and not give in. And I learned almost all of that in college playing for him every day. So he has had an incredible impact on my life.
What do you think it is that this team is struggling with when you watch them in terms of when they have their lows this season, when you were here, when you had lows? What do you think the team is battling right now?
Well, I don't watch it as closely as obviously I did when I was here playing. I watch most of the games. I'm very close with the team and what's going on, but to not be in that locker room is really hard to say because it is a different thing. That's what I found is it's not. There's nothing like being in there and being there day to day and having the pulse of what's going on. But I'd say we've had stretches like this in my time here too. I mean, we always had times where we didn't play as well throughout the year, and I think the team. What I like about this team is it seems like we got our edge back, and it reminds me more of basketball. I think we didn't have that at the end of last year. I don't think we had it in the same way that we had always had it before, where the team just comes out and competes and plays, and I think it's been a good year, but it's, they're struggling now, and that's part of it, though. It's a long haul, and I think this time of year, sometimes you can have some downtime where you don't play, but hopefully they get it going here towards the end.
Greg, go ahead.
Nick, this is sort of a Roy Williams follow-up. You were the last active NBA player while Roy Williams was at Kansas. When you hear that, what does that make you think about?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of guys to go to Kansas and play in the league, and Coach has had a lot. He's had probably just as many at North Carolina now. But I think, like I said earlier, I think he just playing there and playing that program and prepared us for a lot. And so there's been a lot of guys that come through there and have had a lot of success. And I just be around Coach every day, but it's really cool to see the success he's still having.
Les?
Hi, friend. Congrats.
Hi.
So
Thank
excited
you.
for you. We've been talking this week kind of about our favorite Nick moments on the court through your career. Now that you've had some time off, have you had a chance to think about any favorite moment? Like, I always loved watching you battle Zebo, or anybody in particular that you loved going against during your career.
I just think, those playoff games, getting ready for those, and how I played on teams that didn't make the playoffs for a while. My first year in the league, we made the playoffs in college. We had success, and I just always felt like that's how it would be. And then we went a long stretch without making the playoffs. So to get back, to build to the point that first year when we got in, we played the Lakers, was huge, and just playing in front of that crowd and playing important basketball like that and having to rise to the occasion and play well. I think, like you said, battling Zebo, Memphis, all those series, playing San Antonio, Dallas, we had a lot of those battles, and there's a lot of guys that play in this league for a long time and don't ever play important games like that. So to be able to play in so many of those, I don't have specifics, but I think that was the best part of my career, my favorite part.